Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. The NFL landscape is buzzing right now, and the latest whispers are about a potential blockbuster deal that could reshape the NFC West and give the San Francisco 49ers an even bigger boost as they gear up for the postseason. Rumors are swirling that the Cincinnati Bengals might be willing to part ways with one of their most explosive offensive weapons, Ja'Marr Chase, and it's all happening just as the trade deadline and offseason approach. Now, before you get too excited, let's unpack what this could mean for the 49ers, their current roster, and their Super Bowl aspirations. First off, let's talk about Chase. The LSU product has been nothing short of electrifying when healthy. Despite some turbulence with the Bengals this season, mainly because of their ongoing rebuild on defense and some injuries to their starting quarterback, Joe Burrow, Chase has continued to produce at an elite level. In 2025, he's put up some impressive numbers: 91 receptions for over 15 yards and 5 touchdowns in just 12 games. These aren't just good stats. They're game-changing, top-tier numbers that make him a true deep threat and a matchup nightmare for any defense. His yards after catch average of 6.2 yards per reception and a PFF grade of 91.2 speak volumes about his ability to turn short plays into big gains. Chase's knack for creating separation and making big plays downfield has always been his signature, and he's shown that he can be a true X-factor for any offense. Now, the Bengals are in a tough spot. They're sitting at 4-9, with a defense leaking points and secondary issues that have exposed them in multiple games. Their cap space is limited, with around $11 million available, and they're in the middle of a rebuild that's been rough, especially on defense, which is giving up an average of 28 points per game. They're also looking at extending key players like Hendrickson, but the financial squeeze might force them to make tough decisions. The idea of trading Chase isn't just about clearing cap space, it's about resetting their roster. With Chase's hefty price tag of around $30 million per year, and a cap hit of roughly $23 million if they move him now, the Bengals might be looking to shed some salary and draft picks to rebuild more aggressively on the offensive line and defense. And that's where the 49ers come into play. Imagine Chase donning the red and gold, adding a spark to an already potent offense led by Brock Purdy. The Niners have been performing well this season, sitting comfortably at 8-5, with a dynamic attack that's been bolstered by the injury to Brandon Ayuk, who's been battling a shoulder issue and is expected to be out in December. Chase would immediately elevate this unit, giving Purdy a true deep threat on the outside. His presence would stretch defenses and open up more running lanes for CMC, who's already amassed over 0 yards rushing at a 4.4 average. The synergy between Chase and Purdy could be reminiscent of historic duos like Montana and Rice, a duo that could take the 49ers offense to another level. Let's analyze what Chase would bring. He's not just a speedster. He's a route technician who can line up anywhere on the field, creating mismatches with defenders. His ability to make contested catches and gain yards after the catch would make him a perfect complement to Deebo Samuel and CMC. This isn't just about adding another receiver. It's about creating a new offensive identity that's even more explosive and unpredictable. With Chase on the field, Purdy's numbers could see a significant bump, perhaps around 300 yards passing, a boost of over 15% in EPA per pass, and more opportunities for big plays down the sideline. From a strategic perspective, the trade would be a game changer. The Bengals, with their current record and cap issues, might see Chase as a luxury they can't afford anymore, especially if they're focusing on rebuilding their offensive line and defense. The loss of Chase would be a blow, no doubt, but if they can secure multiple first-round picks and a promising young edge rusher, they could accelerate their rebuild. The money saved might also help them retain or extend players like Hendrickson, who's vital for their pass rush. It's a classic case of a team prioritizing long-term growth over short-term success. For the 49ers, acquiring Chase isn't just about adding a star. It's about reasserting their dominance in the NFC and making a serious push for a Super Bowl title. The NFC is stacked, but with Chase's deep threat ability and Purdy's rising star, the 49ers could become an unstoppable force. The playoff picture is shaping up as a fierce battle, but adding Chase would tilt the odds even more in their favor. The team's offensive efficiency would skyrocket, especially in high-stakes moments. Think about the possibilities. Chase stretching the field on 3rd and long, creating mismatches that leave defenses scrambling and elevating the entire unit's confidence. Looking ahead to the postseason, the impact could be profound. The 49ers are already considered one of the top contenders, but with Chase, their Super Bowl odds would improve dramatically. Bookmakers already have them at +1-0, but that could plummet to +500 or even better with Chase in the fold. Their playoff matchups would become even more dangerous, especially against teams like the Eagles or the Lions, who have shown they can score with the best of them. Chase's ability to turn any play into a potential game winner adds a layer of certainty that the 49ers have been missing at times this season. And let's not forget about the historical context. The 49ers have a storied legacy of legendary duels and iconic moments. Bringing in Chase alongside Purdy could be the start of a new chapter, a modern-day Montana Rice or Young Taylor era, but with a fresh twist suited to today's NFL. The fans at Levi's Stadium would be in for a treat watching Chase electrify the crowd with his speed and route running. It's the kind of move that could energize the entire franchise and elevate it to even higher heights. Of course, there are risks involved. Trading for a player like Chase isn't simple, and the Bengals' asking price could be steep, multiple first-round picks, perhaps a promising young player and cap space. The 49ers will need to weigh whether the short-term risk is worth the long-term reward. But if they pull it off, it could be a historic deal, one that redefines their offense and cements their place as perennial contenders. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the NFC playoff race is shaping up to be one of the most competitive in recent memory. With teams like the Eagles, Lions, and Vikings all vying for supremacy, adding a player like Chase could be the difference-maker in tight playoff games. The 49ers have already shown they're a well-coached, disciplined team, and with Chase's talent, they could become unstoppable. It's not just about making the playoffs. It's about dominating once they get there, and Chase might be the final piece of the puzzle. As we inch closer to the offseason, all eyes will be on how these negotiations unfold. Will the Bengals trade Chase? Will the 49ers make a bold move to bring him to the Bay? The anticipation is building, and fans can't wait to see how this story develops. One thing's for sure, if it happens, it'll be one of the most talked-about trades in recent NFL history, and the impact on the 49ers' Super Bowl chances could be monumental. So stay tuned, 49ers fans. This offseason could bring a seismic shift to our beloved team, and we're here to keep you updated every step of the way. The road to another Super Bowl is always full of surprises, but with the right moves, the 49ers are in prime position to make history once again. Keep the faith and let's see what the future holds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Chase trade? Do you think it's the move that could push us over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.